The first movie of 2019 is here, Escape Room. Does it start off the year on a good foot, or is it a total dumpster fire, or somewhere in between? I have my thoughts, let's talk about it right now. Welcome back to Jeffito's Movie Blog. I'm Jeff Malicki. On this channel, I bring you movie news, movie reviews, trailer reaction videos, box office predictions, and so much more. If you love movies as much as I do, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, then click the little bell notification icon so that you don't miss anything. Before we jump into my review for Escape Room, if you've seen it yet, did you like it, did you hate it, did leave you kind of meh, leave your thoughts down in the comment section down below, and let's talk about it. With all that out of the way, let's get into Escape Room. 6 adventurous strangers travel to a mysterious building to experience the Escape Room, a game where players compete to solve a series of puzzles to win $1 million. What starts out as seemingly innocent fun soon turns into a living nightmare as 4 men and 2 women discover each room is an elaborate trap that's part of the sadistic game of life or death. Escape Room stars Taylor Russell, Logan Miller, Tyler Labine, Deborah Ann Woll, J. Ellis, and Nick Dodani. It is rated PG-13 for terror/perilous action, violence, some suggestive material, and language. So Escape Room is the first wide release of 2019, and like most years, the first wide release of 2019 is a small budget horror thriller kind of throwaway film. I went into this movie not really having a whole lot of expectations because it is a January release, because I'm not big into horror thrillers anyway, but the premise of this one sounded interesting. You know, the premise of an escape room really, I've done escape rooms in the past, they're a lot of fun, and so making a movie of that sounded like it could be a good time. The story is pretty straightforward. These 6 strangers each get messages to meet at this location to experience an escape room and win. I know that the official synopsis says $1 million. I thought it was like $10,000 or $100,000. I don't think it was $1 million. I think that's something that may have changed from the official synopsis to what actually appeared in the film. But regardless, what they don't realize is that this escape room is a game of life or death, because each of the 6 individuals, they don't know each other from anybody. They're all strangers, but each of them have been in accidents or events in their life where they are the sole survivor. And so the mastermind of this escape room is bringing these 6 sole survivors together to apparently try to see who is the ultimate sole survivor. And that's something that is brought up later on in the film, and that too makes for a very interesting concept. All the actors in the film did a serviceable job. None of them are going to go on to win Academy Awards for their performances in this film, but it is what you expect for a low-budget horror thriller kind of film like this one is. They're all serviceable. The characters themselves are very two-dimensional, very stereotypical, very archetype. You have the main protagonist who's kind of like this little mousy introvert, whatever, bookworm, and you have this loner guy who is sulking and struggling in his career at the grocery store, and you have a high-powered entrepreneur. You've got the classic nerd. You've got the older kind of father figure who is also the comic relief. And then you have a former military veteran. They're all very two-dimensional, not a whole lot of depth to their characters. And so the character development throughout this film is not really there. I did really like the direction of the film, especially some of the set design and the big set pieces for each of the rooms. My favorite room was the upside down room, which you see a little bit in the trailer. Everything is upside down, so what should be on the floor is attached to the ceiling, and I thought that was a lot of fun, and the camera does a lot of these weird panning around and whatever, so it kind of disorients you as an audience member as well. I thought that was probably my favorite room in the film. Onto the movie as a whole, I was really digging this movie for the first, 2/3 to 3/4 of the film. It isn't until the last 20 minutes or so where I think it really starts to fall apart and just becomes a dumpster fire. You're going along, following this group of individuals from room to room. They're in life or death situations, and then there's this little twist, and you meet the game master, and didn't really care for that part at all. And you think the movie's going to end, and then it continues on a little bit more. Okay, fine. And then you think the movie's going to end, and then, especially the last maybe 5 minutes or so, is nothing more than a commercial for a sequel, which to me is one of the cardinal sins of movie making. Don't set up a sequel without giving us the answers that we want in the film itself. The film is going along, it's dropping clues, dropping hints. Audience members are asking questions, and rather than giving us any answers whatsoever, they're like, oh, you want the answers? Well, come back and we'll do a sequel and maybe we'll explain it then. And the way that it's set up to the sequel doesn't even seem like it's going to be an escape room, per se. It's more of like an adventure spy, Jason Bourne kind of movie. And they even have a Jason Bourne reference in the film, and that just totally took me out of it. But for the first, I was really digging it for the first, like I said, probably 80% of the film. And so when I was ready to give my score, I was bouncing back and forth between a 2.5 because I really hate the ending, didn't really like that, and giving it a 3-star because I had so much fun in the beginning and throughout the majority of the film. I'm going to give Escape Room a 3 out of 5. Had the movie ended where I feel like it should have ended, it probably would have been a 3.5, maybe even a 4, because I really did enjoy these characters on their journey in the escape rooms. But then it's like the screenwriters or the producers did not know how to end the film, and so they're tacking on all this extra stuff that really is completely unnecessary and throws you for a loop, and I just did not care for it at all. I may have been a little bit more forgiving if this movie was directed to Netflix and just came across it on Netflix and was watching it, whatever. But as a big release, a January film, the ending just really turns me off. And unfortunately, my grade suffered a little bit, although I did bump it up to the full 3 because I did enjoy most of the beginning parts. But those are my thoughts on Escape Room. Have you seen it yet? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did it leave you disappointed? Did you hate the ending as much as I did? Whatever your thoughts are, leave me your comments down below, and let's talk movies. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Jeffito's Movie Vlog. You can watch more by clicking right over here. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, do so right now by clicking that round icon with my picture on it. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and then share it with other movie fans in your life. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, I will see you at the movies. Bye-bye.